if you're not used to writing with a thesis statement, it is very important that you develop a good thesis statement for your research paper. A thesis statement, after reading hundreds of research papers, I know when I was on the other side of this and professors were telling me how important a thesis statement was, part of you simply wants to dismiss that. And I think I may have been in that camp too when I was an undergraduate. But after reading literally hundreds of research papers, I can't stress enough how important a good thesis statement is, not only to the overall quality of your paper, but even having a good thesis statement as you're researching. This thesis statement will direct your research. And also know that the thesis statement that you start with may not be the thesis statement you end with. They're called working thesis statements. They change and can be manipulated along the way. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about them. If you've used thesis statements in the past, this presentation may be completely rehashing something for you. Or might be useless to you. If you're not used to writing using thesis statements, this might be something brand new and something that you've never used before, and it could even be a little bit intimidating. I'm going to try to break it down as simple as I possibly can, and also give you kind of an easy way to develop a thesis statement. Okay? Let me get my PowerPoint. There we go. First off, you need to know that in college level writing, you are making an argument. All right. Let's talk. Maybe the first place to start is what you are not doing. You are not writing a report. Okay. Don't simply provide a life story, a biography. Don't tell me where Washington was born and where Abraham Lincoln went to school and where Eisenhower. Don't give me a laundry list or biography. Don't retell an interesting historical story. And don't provide a play-by-play of an important battle or war. These aren't making an argument. This is simply making a basic report. This is something you might have done in high school, writing a report on some historical figure, some historical event. This is not what we are doing. We are making an argument. College-level writing is argumentative in nature. It should be something that we can discuss. And that's what a thesis statement is. Okay? So, how to write a thesis statement. I'm going to choose kind of a silly topic here that's going to be easy to talk about and easy to manipulate to give you this idea. But you can use this step-by-step process with any topic you want. History, literature, science, and thesis statements can get rather complex. But again, I'm kind of boiling it down here to try to give you something very concrete to work with. First, you need to choose a topic. I choose sandwiches, okay? I really enjoy a good sandwich, and that's something I like, so that's the topic I'm going to choose. Now, for you, for this, it might be the Civil War. It might be the Battle of Gettysburg. It might be George Washington. It might be Abraham Lincoln. It could be lots of different things. All right, step 1, choose a topic. Step 2, ask yourself a question about the topic you selected. Now, this isn't going to be your thesis statement, but this will help you develop it. The question I'm asking myself is, why is the peanut butter and jelly sandwich one of the most popular in the country? All right? That's a pretty basic question. I like sandwiches. I ask myself a question about the most basic sandwich I could possibly think of, a peanut butter and jelly. Everyone likes the PB&J. Now, as you answer this question, this is going to be your thesis statement. Okay? So you chose your topic. You asked yourself a question. Answer your question using specifics to support your opinion. Now, when I answer this, you're going to notice that I answer the question, why it's one of the most popular sandwiches. I give very specific reasons why I think it is, but it's also something that we can argue and discuss. All right? This is an important part of a thesis statement, that I'm going to try to prove something to you. And along the way, you can agree with me or you could disagree with me. And you can come up with your own reasons why you may agree or disagree. Here's my thesis statement on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich is one of America's most popular sandwiches because the sandwich is relatively easy and inexpensive to make. It is dense with protein and calories, and maybe most importantly, its main ingredient is very familiar to the American palate. All right? There. So you know what I'm going to be arguing, what I'm going to be talking about in my research paper. Now, the thesis statement is generally found in the opening paragraph. It's generally the last sentence in the opening paragraph. And you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Now, as I write my paper, if what I'm writing doesn't support my thesis statement, it should not be in my paper. I don't need to know that China is the number one producer of peanuts today behind India, or China's number one, India's second, United States is third. I just looked that up, by the way. That's the reason I know that. That doesn't support my thesis at all. I don't need to know that they think peanuts started in Peru. Again, not part of my thesis statement. All my research should be going to proving this. Now, as I research my topic, I might find out that there's some other reasons why the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is one of the most important. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this, but Teddy Roosevelt ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on his inaugural day, and this got out in the newspapers and became very popular. I'm just making that up, but let's say I discover that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to add that to my thesis statement. And I'm going to say because Teddy Roosevelt made it very popular in the early 20th century. So I could add that statement, that part of it, in as well into my thesis statement. So remember, your thesis statement is not concrete. So whatever you turn into me now, it might change by the time you write your paper based on your research. All right, I know this might have gotten a little long, but I hope it's really the basic on thesis statements. If you have any questions, if you need help with anything, please let me know.